Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ray. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the unboxing. Well, it's already unboxed, but I haven't put it together yet. So basically, unboxing and putting together the DWE7491RS Dewalt table saw. Alright y'all, so we're going to go ahead and put this saw together. So first of all, you're going to need a ratchet wrench, an extension, and a 13mm socket. It comes with a tool to basically an Allen wrench. It comes with that. I mean, if you have one, you can use that as well. It also does come with a 13mm wrench, and it looks like I believe that's 10mm as well. So it does come with those. This is your kickstand right here. This is going to be your handle right here. This in each bag will tell you what's what. So this one is going to be the handle hardware right here. It's got some part of the handles, tool and frame, kickstand hardware. You got the wheel and your shaft hardware, and then you got your saw hardware. Okay, we got the tires over there. We got the tire axle basically right there. The saw comes with the blade wrenches, okay. The miter gauge. It's got the blade guard assembly with the splitter already attached to it. Here's the rail. This is going to be your rail adjustment, okay. You have your blade height assembly. Going to be right here. This is the bevel lock right here, okay. So you can raise it up and down right here. It's got a little protection right here to keep it from going on, from turning on. So you do that. That's on and off switch right there. Your throat plate assembly right up here. This right here is your rail lock. So what you do is you lift that up, and now you can adjust it back and forth, just like so. When you want it locked, you just push that down. Okay. I'm going to move the camera here. I'm going to show you a couple other things right here. Alright, so guys, if you want to take out the riving knife and put the assembly in, lock the throat plate here. You pull this out, and over here, I'm going to back the camera up a little bit. You're going to see this little lever right here. So you see me pulling this lever out, just like so. So you pull this out, and at the same time, you're going to pull the riving knife out. So let me show you. Put the camera back. Okay, so I'll pull it out, and this thing slides right out, as you can see. And if you want the blade guard assembly in, put the blade guard assembly in, just like so. All right, and so you have the splitter here, the vacuum support right here. So if you want to take that, you want to take it back out, pull the handle. Then you can put the splitter back in, just like so. And then you lock it back. The next part right here, you can see the storage for everything. So you have the storage for your blade wrenches, and that just goes right inside. You can see this little pin right here, right here. So what it does, it goes right inside there, just like so. And that's what these holes are for. Go right into that. So you just push it down, let that pin come right up into it, put the next one in, just like that. Okay. And then also, if you want to store your miter gauge, you can see right behind here, there's like an angled plastic piece. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay. That's right there. So what it does is just slides right in. Just like so. Okay. When it comes in the box, it comes just like this. So in order to take the your fence off, latches here. There's the one exactly on the other side. You just pull that latch right there. And what you do is you just lift it up. Loosen up a little bit. Extend this out. Okay. Comes off just like so. So now once you finish taking the rib fence off the bottom, everywhere you see these pins at, you could put the rib fence. So you either could put it here, or you could turn it around. You could put it here, or you could put it here. So many different places. Now if you put on these two right here, let's say we put on this one, okay. Everywhere you see on the dial indicator, that's going to match up with the yellow tape measure. I don't know if you can see the yellow tape measure. I'll bring the camera in a little bit. So you see the yellow tape measure. So that's what it's following there. So that's at 0 inches. And when you put it on the other pin over here, it's going to follow the white tape measure. Let me show you. Sorry about the camera moving. I got it on a tripod and it's not exactly still. I apologize for that. Alright, so now it's following the white tape measure. So right there it's at 8 inches. So once you put it in there, you can lock it in place and it's locked. Okay. Now once you get it to exactly where you want it, you just on the rail clamp. Okay. You just hook it down or latch it down and then it's locked. Okay, just like so. Alright, if you want to move it, lift it up and you can move it again. Now this right here, here's another reason why I really liked this saw right here compared to the many other ones. Once you get out quite far, if you're cutting a big board, all you have to do is you take this right here, lift it up, and it's a support. Okay, so this is going to be the exact same level as the tabletop. Or you can use it as just a small fence right on top of the table. What you can do, so you just put it here, and it has these little areas where there's a pin right here that they go into. Okay, so if you go into that one, or there's another pin right here, you clip into that. And now it slides right on top of the table. Pretty neat. Now over here you have your push stick. Nice little area. I like it because it's right next to, right on the top. I don't have to get off to the side or anything like that. So it's right there. So that's really nice. Let me move the saw around. Show you some things over here. The next thing I want to show you here is the storage for your blade guard assembly. And this goes right here. There's actually a little spot right here. What you do is this just slides up. This this actually pulls out, okay, just like so. You just slide it right up into there. It's a little difficult because I'm trying to do it on the table. Let's try this. There it goes. And just like that. Okay. Now there's another area right here that I want to show you. Let me take this thing back off so I have more room to show you. So that's where the blade guard assembly is. Now if you want to store the riving knife, it also can go here as well. Now there's a little attachment that catches the wood that goes on the blade guard assembly right here. And that piece is right here. Okay? And the way you take it out, there's a little push pin. You see the little silver button right there? It looks like a pin, but, well, it is a pin, but it pushes in, okay? So right when it pushes in, it slides right out, okay? I don't know if you can see that little button right there. See? So you can see on the inside of it, see where it's a lot thinner, okay? So when you release it, it locks it in the hole up here. So when you release it, you push the push pin in, which is a smaller diameter, and it slides right out. Okay, so I'll show you again. I'm going to push the push pin in, it slides in, and it locks. If I want to take it out, you push the push pin in, and it slides right out. And so you do the same thing on your assembly up here. Okay, you can see, so it slides into here. You push the push pin in, it slides down, it locks it in place. So then, as you're sliding the wood through, it catches and it'll never kick out. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, now that I moved the table saw on the floor, I'm going to show you how to put together the leg assembly. So when it comes in the box, it's already put together just like this. Okay, you don't have to put anything else together, it's just like this. So, that comes directly right out of the box. So you have that one, and you have the other one right here. Okay, so the best way to do it, you could just put it together like so. Okay, you just lay it on the sides, just like that, and then you slide. I don't know if you can tell from the metal. See how it recesses in? So this right here is going to slide right inside the other pipe. Okay, so you just put it up like this. Just like that. Slide it in. Now we're going to take our bolts. This is the tool and frame. It's going to be 2 little screws. Okay. And we're going to screw on the bottom side. There's this is threaded already, so it's not a bolt that goes through. You just thread it through. Well, it's already threaded, but you just got to screw it in. Now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and assemble the wheels. So this will come right with it, and all you have to do is you take your wheels. It's right here. Okay. Now this is going to slide in just like so. Okay. And you see the nut right there. But what I'm going to do is add a couple washers, and this is just going to thicken up. Now this washer right here, it's not too thick, but it does slide right over the axle shaft right there. Okay. Then I'm going to take the tire, and you want to put this side on first. This is the outside. That's the inside. Okay. So we're going to just go just like so. You don't have to see it like that. And then I'm going to take another washer. All right. It's a much thinner washer, and this is going to fit the diameter right of the bolt right there. So I'm going to slide that over it. And then on the nut, which is inside the wheel stand shaft assembly bag, that'll be right inside there. Then I'm going to take another washer, do the same thing, put on the other side. Right there. Again, this part goes on the inside. Slide it right there, just like so. Take another washer, slide that on, and then take another nut and stick that nut on. So now that I finished putting the wheels back on and tightening them up, what you're going to do on the back of the stand right here, you'll see these 3 holes, okay, on this piece. Much different than the other side. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the stand on this bottom hole. These bottom holes right here, okay, because these top 2 holes are going to be for the kickstand. Okay, so I'm going to take this right here, I'm going to put the bolt through here, and the bolts that we're going to need here is on the wheel shaft, inside the wheel shaft bag. Okay, so I have, now these are carriage bolts. Okay, just a smooth top head with a square nut on the inside of it, and you're going to take that and you're going to slide it right inside this hole right here. Okay, and you're going to line that square head with this square head. You see how it's square? So you're going to line that right up. Just take it out of the hole. Okay, and line that right up. It'll slide right in there. And then what you're going to do, pick this up, and you're going to slide this right inside the hole here. Okay, the best thing to do is just to kind of get one started. You can take a washer, you're going to put it on the other side of the bolt, take the nut, and just go and tighten it up on there a little bit. You have to do one at a time, because if you don't, it's kind of hard to hold unless you have somebody else holding it for you. So once I get the nut just tighten on that bolt a little bit. Then I'll do the other side. Okay, I got that one done. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just going to hold it together with my hand, kind of clamp it together, and put the washer on the bolt. I'm going to put the nut on the bolt as well. I'm going to tighten it up. Okay. Once I have both tight, I'm going to take my ratchet with a 13mm socket. Okay, and then I'm going to tighten up the bolt. Now I'm going to take my finger. I'm going to just hold that carriage bolt in, just so it'll slide out, at least until there's enough pressure where I don't have to anymore. Okay. So now I'm just tightening it up little by little. Okay, until it gets all the way tight. Just like so. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay. On the other side, there's not as much room. That's why you're going to need the extension. Okay. Unless you have like a swivel. If you have a swivel and a short extension, that's fine as well. Just whichever works best for you. Whatever you have. If you don't have a ratchet, then you could use a 13mm wrench. I'm just using a ratchet because it's a lot faster, unless you have a ratchet wrench. Either wrench or a socket, just as long as it's 13mm. Okay. All right. So now that's done. Now we're going to work on the kickstand. So this is going to be the kickstand right here, the one with the plastic ends on it. Okay, you're going to get the bag that has the kickstand assembly. You're going to see these two plastic pieces right here. They're going to look just like this. Okay. All right, then we're going to get the bolts. And what these are going to do, these are going to slide right inside the hole. Okay, see this? It's going to slide right in, and these holes are going to match up with these holes. You watch. Just like so. Okay? We're going to do that to the same thing on the other one. See? What? Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our bolts, take the nuts off all of them. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and slide. If you don't put the bolt in now, when you turn it upside down, watch. So it just falls out. This one's not falling out because it's just a little bit tighter in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one bolt, just stick it in the top one of each one, just to hold that in there. So now, see, I don't have to. Once I put the bolts, and again I'm putting the other two holes here. I'm going to slide the bolt in. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a nut, put on that bolt there. Now you're going to have to hold it with your hand, just like we did the other. So I'm just using my finger against the bolt and against the assembly, just as a clamp. I'm going to put that nut on there. Okay, I got one. Take the other one, do the same thing. Put the nut on. Do the same thing to the other side. Got the other nut, got the other bolt, put that in there. Now, when you put the bolts on, you want to make sure, I don't know if you could see this or not, you see how one side's flat? Let's see, I'll get a better angle here. One side's flat, the other side has kind of like a raised edge on it. Can you see that? So this is the side that you want to go first. So this will be the mating where it slides in, so you want to screw it in like this. So if this is the bolt, you want to screw it in like this. Not like this. Okay. So these have little plastic pieces on them. That's what allows it to, it's basically a locking nut. It keeps the bolt and the nut from coming out. So that's the way that you want to screw it in. Just to make sure you know how to do that. Okay? Once you finish doing that, we're going to take our ratchet and we're going to use our our Allen wrench to hold the bolt. Okay, and now we're just going to tighten it up. And we're going to be turning to the right. You turn the bolt to the right. So now you either can turn your Allen wrench to the right and turn back to the left. You hear that clicking? That's the ratchet. Or you could hold the Allen wrench still and turn the ratchet to the right. Now, to make it a little quicker, and it takes a little coordination, but I believe you could do it. You could turn both to the right, then both to the left, and you tighten it up quicker, like this. At least till it gets tight, then one stops, and then you only could turn just the ratchet where the nut is to get that tight. Okay, now that one's tight. And that one's tight. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do the other side. Alright, so I got both sides all tight, and that's going to be the kickstand assembly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this around so we can start working on the handle. Okay. Alright. So as you can see with this side with a sticker on it, where you're going to put the handle at is going to be around the bottom. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take the handle and we're going to put you really could do it whichever way you want. Depends on really how much handle you want sticking out. Let's say, for instance, because there's going to be 3 sets of holes here, and you might be wondering, like, well, what's the other set for? Okay, it's really how much of the handle you want sticking out. So if I have one hole on the outside, you have more handle. But if I don't want so much handle sticking out from it, you could slide it in farther, like this, and have less handle and more of it stick on the inside. So it's really up to you how much handle you want on the outside. For me, I'm going to try it like this. If I feel like it's too long later, then I always could adjust it. Alright, now that I get turned around, what you do is you take the handle. You have these little plastic pieces that come inside the bag for the handle, and they're going to go on the bottom side like this. Okay, so we got the bolts and we got the nuts, and we take the nuts off the bolts. Now these bolts right here are not going to have Allen heads, which basically, like the other ones, the head of it had an Allen hole. These are actually going to be hex bolts. Okay, so what we're going to do is you see on this plastic piece, see how it's hex? Well, that matches with the bolt right here. See how it locks in there? But we're going to put it like this. Okay, so we're going to go just like that. We'll take the other one and we'll do the same thing. Put it in just like that. Okay, we're going to put it inside whichever holes, depending on which ones you want. Okay, it's going to go, for me, this is the one I'm using here. It's going to go just like that. And then once you have it like that, then you're going to take the nuts, hold the bolt in, and you're going to just screw the nut on. So once you finish doing that, we're going to take our 13mm wrench again, and we're going to tighten those up. Alright, now we have the handle on there, and all we have to do now is put the saw on there. So I'm going to go ahead and load the saw up, get the bolts, which are right here, that come inside the saw bag, and we're going to bolt the saw in from the bottom. In the bottom of the frame, there are 4 bolts, 4 bolt holes, and what it's going to do, it's going to line up. You can see this or not, but there are 4 holes around the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we put the saw on top, these bolts are going to go from the top of the saw on the bottom, or the bottom of the frame, slide just like this, and we'll put the nut on the bottom. So it'll be just like this. Okay. Well, if the saw is sitting up here, this is going to go in the frame of the saw. then it'll go through the frame of the leg assembly, and the nut and the washer will go on the very bottom. Okay, then we'll tighten it up. Alright, so you may not see all the holes exactly, but that's what I'll be doing. I'll be putting the bolt in just like that. Okay. Alright, so I've got the table saw right up on the stand, and just like I said, you take the bolts off. Now these are Allen head bolts. See the Allen head for the wrench. And like I said, we're just going to, so the hole right here on the stand, on the table saw stand, frame actually, I'm going to slide it through the hole. You might have to move it around a little bit, of the leg assembly. Okay, so that one's in. Take the other one, do the same thing, slide it in. We're going to take our washer first, then we're going to take our nut, we're going to tighten it up from the bottom. The other one. Like that. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the other ones on the other side. Then I'm going to take my Allen wrench. I'm going to take my ratchet wrench. I'm going to take my extension off because I don't need it. I'm going to take these two. I'm going to tighten them up, and I'll come right back to you once I'm done with that. Alright, now we're done putting it together. Now I'm going to show you how to stand it up on its end so you use it. So what you do is you pick it up just like so. Alright, let it sit on the kickstand part, and there's, turn it around, you see there's little handles for the push pins. You see the push pin here, just hold it just like that. Very easy. Same thing on the bottom. On the bottoms, these are really nice. Instead of pushing them in, okay, these actually turn. You turn it, and when you turn it, it pulls the pin out. See? Now it's locked. You turn it, and it releases it. And the reason it's like, so instead of bending down every time, pretty I would say a pretty good design. So all you have to do is you just go like this, your foot, just like that, lock it in. Sometimes you can do everything. Lift these, push these down with your feet. Once you're done, come over here, hold it down, lift it up. The saw's away. Just like that. I would say it's definitely very secure. It's definitely not going anywhere. So this is going to be obviously the back of the saw. Of course, the front of the saw is the other way. We'll put it back down like this. Like that. And move it wherever you want. Just like that. Pretty neat. Oh, and there you have it. The assembly, unboxing and assembly of the DWE7491RS Dewalt table saw. I hope that helped you. If you end up getting a saw like this, I definitely recommend it. In another video, I'll be showing you how to calibrate it and to make sure everything is exactly in line to the adjustments that you need it to be. I haven't checked to see how close it is right out of the box. I'll save that for another video. Alright, well, if there's anything that you liked here, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I hope I can help you out in some other way.